Hey guys, I'm Ezzy. Welcome back to another first look video. This week we have two new dungeons to test on the War Within Alpha. The first one we're looking at is Darkflame Cleft. This won't be like my usual quick start videos. It'll be a full playthrough of the dungeon as I test and learn the mechanics of the dungeon. It's finally Darkflame Cleft. Only spent 4 hours in a queue today to get a single dungeon. Let's see. So I haven't been here before. Just ask them if they're up for doing the other one afterwards. So, I believe this is the Kobold dungeon. Yeah. I don't stand on that. Oh. See weaker lights. So far they're just standard casters. That's fixed nameplates, okay. That's fine. So these giant kobolds look interesting. I mean, I'm really happy that they're doing more with classic races and gnolls and dragonflies, now kobolds. But these giant ones do look a little bit strange. I do like how big this dungeon seems to be as well. It's a giant mine. Much prefer this over the whatchamacallits. The narrow corridors is the correct term. Of some dungeons, for example, in season 3. What's that? All Waxbeard. Okay, that's the boss. I have not looked at the journal yet. I don't know what the mechanics are. So we're gonna find out together. We'll look at the journal after the dungeon or dungeons. Hello. Menial laborer. Oh shit. Okay. So carts are coming at us. Oh, the carts are killing the ads, seemingly. There's a debuff on the tank. And that's it. Okay, so there's ads. You kill the ads with the carts. And there must be a debuff mechanic as well. Tank needs to fix their talents. Yeah, like I said, we'll take a look at the journal afterwards and put it all together. Because that seemed to be a fight where nothing really happened. It's normal, of course, so once Mythic gets added, there will be more mechanics. But right now, that felt very incomplete. These pack moles don't really seem to be doing anything either. Yeah, doing something to the tank. Oh, and I actually should say, I believe we're skilled up to level 80. Yeah, we are. Ooh. Let's go ahead and use our Call of the Wild. I would much rather hold the DPS a little... Okay. I assume this is something that will happen on the boss as well. Pools on the floor? You stand in them? I would much rather hold my DPS cooldowns on the boss so we can see what the mechanics are. Is this another boss room? I would assume so. Candles all throughout the room, which makes sense as it's a kobold dungeon. Okay. Candles being activated. That's some bread. Barrage. Fire on them. Oh, okay. Kite that to a candle to turn it on. Fire spawns from that area. Ah, and then there's a reverse mechanic. Kindling Infernal. Okay, so you need to use the... when you have the arrow on you, go to a candle. That area will then not be available. And then he does a reversal mechanic. It's fairly straightforward. Also, I actually like that as a gimmick. Next up, Candle King. Torch Snarl. One-hand headlock. Okay, so that was a charge at me. The question is, the tank got taken there instead of me. So the question is that supposed to happen on the boss as well, like with Hekla's Warband and Bracknite Hollow, where you have the charge and the tank has to intercept that. Maybe we have the same thing here. This is a quick dungeon. It's Candle King. Eerie Molds. Paranoid Mind, interrupt that. Darkflame Pickaxe. I assume, given that we just had that trash with this mechanic, you need to do something similar, where you stand behind the thing. Ah, yeah, look at that. So I assume with the pickaxe where there's a arrow, you need to hide behind one of these wax statues. Yeah, like that guy was doing, but we just killed the boss too fast. Okay. And it looked like there were flames coming from the wax statues. So I'm guessing this is normal, so nothing really hurts. But that's gonna deal damage to us. Oh. Okay, so I assume this is like the delve where you need to loot candles. People are leaving? Okay, yeah, someone must have found a candle or something. horror. That was draining the light, wasn't it? Yeah. Corridor creeper. It's not a lot of light left. What's this? Healing. Okay. Healing and damage reduced by 99%. So, I see a candle there. That's very far away. I see a candle there. So the question is, do you just skip ahead? Or are there things supposed to be close to us? Drain lights, yeah. Someone's found a candle. I wonder if maybe you could stealth to them, if that would be the way to skip ahead. That's also actually very noticeable. If you go into the dark, you don't see your party members from a very far distance. Let's see if I can go grab this candle. Yeah. I've got light, guys. Candle over there, but this is going this way. The carts. Yeah, so you probably want one person to go get the candles. What's this? Is this a candle? I would assume so. Yeah. This is going to be very annoying in Mythic Plus. The first, we killed 3 bosses, so the first 3 points, or wings, I suppose you could say. Grab dynamites. Okay. The darkness. Other stuff in front as well. So that doesn't actually seem to matter. Out of range. 88%. So does this mean you can use this like the bombing run in Grim Patrol? To get, in this case, get the boss as low as possible? Did we escape him? Huh. Okay, so these are more of the same trash. Okay. Are we just already in combat with this? Shadow blasts? Just move away. There's a candle. There was an extra action button for a moment. So I assume just like with the trash. Yeah, okay. So there's ads we need to kill because they'll drain the lights. There's candles for us to find. The light goes out if the light goes out if it gets hit by boss abilities. And we need to find candles. We need to find candles to reignite the candle. Okay, this sphere is very annoying. Here. Okay, what? Oh, someone else has picked it up. Okay, and so you use the extra action button to get the candle away from the boss's abilities. Okay, yeah, so it takes a moment to understand, but then it's just about practicing and not getting feared anymore. Damage taken increased by 70%. Okay, so... Oh, seriously, why did that not... Okay, I have a candle, 8 seconds. Oh, okay. We're just overwhelmed. We need to restart this, and I assume not pull this with a ton of trash, right? Because we started this while we still had the trash from this area with us. Yeah, so let me type it out. Not let it get hit by the bosses. Abilities. Oh, do you seriously have to do this run every single time? That is not very good. Can you imagine wiping as we just did in Mythic Plus? And then having to redo this entire thing? So I definitely don't like this as much as the dungeons we did last week. Oh, but our damage is being reduced by 99%. So we have to go and start the boss right away? Ah, that sucks. Okay, but we can kill this trash before we kill the boss. That's really important. Oh, if it's a... So I need to put it down to DPS. Get it away. This will be a lot easier with 3 DPS because then you can have 1 DPS go for candles. Yeah. So this is fairly straightforward. It just takes some getting used to and coordinating because you really need a DPS to keep, or maybe even the healer, honestly. This might be a job that we would typically give to our druid in between healing. Please get away with the circle. And ooh, okay, 45%. This encounter stops at 45%. Definitely a different type of encounter. Alright, so let's check out the journal. Abilities. Wick charge. All Wax Spirit commands Wick to charge towards the furthest player. This attack knocks them back and inflicts physical damage. So there was a charge, which does AoE damage. Although I'm not even sure we even noticed a cave-in. And Fatal Maniacal Laborers. Okay, so that's definitely a thing. You want to use the abilities to kill the ants. Then there's an tank ability. We saw that, I think. That was the debuff. Call to Arms, which is the summoning of those ads, okay. Crude weapons. They inflict damage and it stacks. Okay, so it's a dot that can stack. So you want to get rid of the ads as quickly as possible because this seems like something that could stack up quite quickly. And then there's Luring Candle. And okay, so that's just a way to get the ads to focus on you right away. Okay, so what we saw with the addition of the carts, you really just want to make sure you use the boss's abilities against his ads. And other than that, it seems like a tank and spank, at least for normal. Let's move on to Blaziken, the second boss, the wax boss. Wickerlight Barrage. The flames of Wickerlight Barrage ignite candles. Yeah, we saw that. Incite flames. Stokes the flames of all lit candles, creating patches of flame. Yeah, we saw that. So you light the candle, but then you move away from them. Enkindling Inferno. Unleashes a fiery burst towards each extinguished candle. Which was the reverse, I'm pretty sure, that we saw. Then there's Dousing Breath, dealing AoE damage to everyone. Okay, fine. And then resetting the phase. And Blazing Flames invokes the power of flames when no players are in melee combat. So it just means tank has to stay with the boss. So the tank can't ignite candles. That's the big takeaway, right? The tank, if they have the circle on them, they need to stay in melee range. It's the other people, when they have the circle on them, that they need to ignite a candle. And I'm pretty sure we saw that 2 people got the circle around them. So that's pretty straightforward. Then there's the Candle King. Several wax statues. Yeah, they inflict damage to all players every 2 seconds as long as it survives. Okay. So we saw that correctly. Then there's the pickaxe. It collides with the first player it hits, knocking them back. But if it strikes a wax statue, it shatters that instead. So that was correct. You want to use the wax statues again, really just like the first boss. Use what the boss creates and let him use his abilities on them. Then there's the interrupt that we saw, which we just always interrupted. If you don't interrupt it, you cause the player to flee in fear for 4 seconds. Okay, definitely want to interrupt that. And throw Darkflame, which was the circle on people, I think. It deals damage and causes them to get a debuff with a healing absorb. Okay, and if a whatchamacallit, a wax statue is hit instead, then you get a puddle. All easy. And then the really different one. So we saw 99% reduced damage and healing. If you're in the darkness. If the candle heat is depleted, the darkness wreathes the area in gloom, inflicting damage. And that's the fear. Okay, so if you do let the candle go to 0%, then everyone gets feared, and that's really annoying. It also increases damage taken by 10% and reduces your haste by 5%. So basically, you should never let the candle reach 0, which we let happen a lot. You really need to be active then in getting your candles before it reaches 0. And the ads that we saw, that's here, we'll get to that in a minute then. Remaining within the candlelight protects the player, but it reduces the heat level of the candle. I see, okay. That makes sense. Hurl a lump of wax gathered from a dead candle bearer. Okay, so that was just the candles that we saw. Oh, I don't think I actually looted this. Ah, okay. Yay, loot. Very not clear that that's actually the whatchamacallit, the chest. Anyway, call Darkspawn, yeah, that needs to be interrupted, which we were slow in. And they do Drain Light, which is what we saw. And when the ad spawned, they made the light go down much faster. Then there's stuff we didn't really see, maybe. Oh no, yes we did, yes we did. The darkness readies its claws and slashes out in a line towards the candlelight. The wave deals shadow damage to players hit and reduces the candle's heat. Okay, that was the line we moved it out of. And this must be the circle. Darkness targets a player with massive blasts. If it hits the candlelight, it reduces heat. Yeah, okay. So overall, I like this dungeon. Again, the aesthetics, of course, a kobold mine. The area itself is big. Old Waxbeard. That one feels chaotic. I'm not very sold on all the menial laborers, but who knows? Maybe on Mythic it'll all come together. Blaziken, I really like. Great mechanic with the candles. It really fits the fantasy, and the mechanics are easy to understand. Candle King, same thing. I think that's actually really the theme of most of these bosses, is using their own abilities against them, which I like. So if you play it well, it'll be easy. And then the darkness, I think that's just a matter of actually getting used to it and practicing. Um, it it's going to be a pain to do on keys, especially with if you wipe, you have to do the entire um, chase again with the bombs to lower the darkness's health. Of course, that does mean you actually have some control over how much the darkness might have left in terms of health. I would actually need to check footage back to see if the darkness started at the 90% or 80 something percent health. You guys will know that probably more than me right now. So I'll have to look at that after I finish this video. So yeah, that's it. Overall, very interesting dungeon. A lot of good stuff in terms of the bosses. Trash went by really quickly, and we were at the last boss like that. So it seems like it's going to be a short dungeon, which is fine. Still for bosses though. So yeah, Darkflame Cleft. So that's where I'm going to leave things here then. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe. If you want to see stuff like this on testing, I do live stream some of my testing over on Twitch, so be sure to check that out. You can follow me there also again at twitch.tv/bbmezzy. I'm also over on Twitter, also with /bbmezzy, where I post other WoW stuff as well, not just the videos that I put out on YouTube. So if you're interested in more of my WoW thoughts, shenanigans, be sure to follow me there. Yeah, and then for now, I'm Ezzy, and I'll see you again next time.